Can you imagine having the freedom to truly enjoy your golden years without constantly worrying about money? Having a reliable and steady stream of income from government retirement programs can turn that dream into a reality. But navigating the complex world of the Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and Guaranteed Income Supplement can feel like an overwhelming maze. That's why I'm here today, to guide you step by step through a comprehensive method to maximize your benefits from these programs and live your absolute best retirement life. Hey there, I'm Michael, and welcome back to Seniors Money, the YouTube channel dedicated to helping retirees and soon-to-be retirees make the most of their finances. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on money tips and strategies to stretch your retirement dollars further. In today's video, we're going to do a deep dive into the three pillars of the Canadian retirement income system: the Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and the Guaranteed Income Supplement. I'll break down the eligibility requirements for each of these crucial programs and show you exactly what you need to do to qualify and apply to receive your full entitlements. The Canada Pension Plan, or CPP, is a contributory pension plan, meaning your monthly benefits are based on how much and how long you contributed to it through your working years. To be eligible for CPP retirement benefits, there are three main criteria. First, you must be at least 60 years old, although you can choose to start receiving payments as late as age 70. Secondly, you need to have made valid contributions to the CPP for a minimum of one eligibility year's worth. Generally speaking, you get 1 year of contributions credited for every year you've had CPP contributions deducted from your employment earnings. And third, the actual amount of your monthly CPP payment will depend on two factors: how much you contributed over your career and how long you contributed for, as well as the age you start taking it between 60 and 70. Now here's a crucial tip to maximize your CPP benefits. You'll want to seriously consider delaying taking it for as long as possible up until you reach age 70. That's because for every single month that you postpone receiving your CPP past age 65, your monthly payment gets increased by a solid 0.7%. So if you pull off all the way until 70, your CPP will end up being 42% higher than if you took it at 65. That can translate into thousands of extra dollars per year, which over the course of a couple decades in retirement really adds up. The application process to start your CPP is actually quite straightforward. You can submit it all online through the My Service Canada account portal up to 12 months before you want your payments to begin. The Service Canada website has all the details and walks you through the steps. Moving on to the Old Age Security Pension, or OAS. Unlike the CPP, which is based on your employment contributions, OAS is paid to most Canadians aged 65 or older as a monthly guaranteed income based solely on how long you've lived in the country after age 18. To qualify for OAS, there are three main requirements. First, you must be 65 years old. Though similar to CPP, you can choose to delay receiving it up until age 70 to get a higher monthly amount. Secondly, you need to be a Canadian citizen or legal resident of Canada. And third, you must have accumulated at least 10 years of residency in Canada after turning 18 years old. If you've lived in the country for 40 years or more after age 18, you'll receive the full OAS pension amount. But for shorter stays, don't worry. You'll still qualify, but your monthly payments will be prorated accordingly. For example, if you resided in Canada for 25 years past age 18, you'd receive 25/40 or 62.5% of the full OAS payment. The application process for OAS is actually combined with the CPP application through that same convenient My Service Canada account online portal I just mentioned. You can apply for both government pensions simultaneously up to 1 year before you want your payments from each program to begin. Now the third pillar we need to cover is the Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GS. This one is critically important for low-income Canadian retirees. The GS provides a non-taxable monthly benefit paid on top of the OAS pension specifically to those who have little to no other income sources in retirement. To qualify for the GS, the first requirement is that you must already be receiving the Old Age Security Pension that we just covered. So OAS acts as a gateway to GS. Secondly, your annual income level from the previous year, excluding OAS itself, has to fall below an annual threshold that is determined by the government. For the current benefit year, that income threshold for individuals is set at $19,368. What this means is if your total income from sources like CPP, workplace pensions, investment income, employment earnings, and so on was less than $19,368 for the previous tax year, you'll qualify for at least a partial amount of GS benefits on top of your OAS pension when you file your taxes. For married or common law couples, the combined income threshold to receive GS is $25,056. So if your household had total income under that amount, excluding OAS payments, you'll both qualify for GS top-ups. The great thing about GS is that unlike CPP and OAS where you have to apply specifically for the benefits, the Guaranteed Income Supplement is automatically calculated and renewed for you each year based on your income tax return from the previous year. So as long as you were eligible for OAS and you filed your taxes, the Canada Revenue Agency will determine if you are entitled to GS payments and issue them to you on a monthly basis along with your OAS deposit. It's a wonderfully straightforward process. By taking full advantage of all three of these government benefits, the CPP, OAS and GS, you can create a very solid foundation of retirement income to comfortably cover your basic living expenses like housing, utilities, food and transportation. Even better, both the CPP and OAS payment amounts are adjusted upwards annually to keep pace with inflation, so your purchasing power won't be eroded by rising costs over time. But we're not quite done yet maximizing your benefits. I want to share a few advanced strategies and tips to truly supercharge your income from these three programs. My first pro tip is tailored for couples where there is an age gap between the spouses. If you have a significant age difference, say 5 years or more between you and your husband or wife, you'll likely want to have the lower income earning spouse file to take CPP and OAS benefits earlier, while having the higher income earner delay taking their CPP/OAS until age 70 when the income amounts will be at their maximum. This allows the higher earners' benefits to continue growing rapidly during those extra delay years. Another key strategy to boost payments, especially your GS entitlement, is to be mindful of how your investment income assets are structured. Because GS is based on your total taxable income, it can be very advantageous to move as much of your investment assets as possible into a TFSA, or tax-free savings account. Any income or investment growth inside a TFSA is completely non-taxable, meaning it won't count towards your income for the purposes of GS qualifications. This could potentially allow you to qualify for much higher GS payments compared to those same investments were being held in a taxable account. Speaking of taxes, this is also your reminder to make sure you are taking advantage of all the various tax credits you are eligible for each year, such as the age credit once you turn 65, the pension income credit, disability tax credits if applicable, and any other deductions or credits that can reduce your net income. Every dollar you can trim from your taxable income is a dollar that preserves more of your GS payments. Finally, another income splitting strategy to consider is splitting eligible pension income with your spouse if one of you has significantly higher income. You're allowed to allocate up to 50% of eligible pension payments from sources like the CPP, employer pensions, RIFs, and annuities to your spouse's income tax return each year. By equalizing your respective incomes through this pension income splitting, you can potentially maximize both of your GS payments as a couple. There you have it, my friends. A comprehensive walkthrough of the three primary government retirement income programs here in Canada, the CPP, OAS and GS, including the specific eligibility criteria for each one, how to apply, and advanced tips to get the maximum benefits you qualify for. Of course, this was just an overview to give you a solid understanding of how it all works. The rules, income thresholds, and payment amounts can change slightly from year to year, so I'd encourage you to double-check the latest details at canada.ca or your local Service Canada office when you're ready to apply. The resources are there to guide you through every step. But by following the guidelines I've laid out here today, you'll be extremely well positioned to claim every single dollar. So I hope you found tremendous value in everything we covered here today. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button, drop a comment with any other questions, and most importantly, subscribe to the Seniors Money channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell too so you'll be the first to know whenever new money stretching tips and strategies for retirees go live.